With more than 42,000 restaurants in over 100 countries, Subway has the most locations of any fast food chain on the planet. And at first that sounds like a sign of a thriving subgiant.
And still is today about Subway is really an open kitchen format. In many ways they really pioneered that and the ability to customize your sandwich.
Subway's famous giant foot-long sandwiches are made right before your eyes, the way you want them.
Subway's closed thousands of stores in the last 3 years and saw a 25% fall in business from 2012 to 2017.
You paid more. You waited longer. And somehow the fries taste flatter. You're not crazy. America's biggest chains are failing the value test, and today we're naming the 7 where trust has quietly cracked. We'll show you how rising prices, processed shortcuts, and slow drive-thrus turned a once cheap treat into a bad deal. Then we'll map the exit, what local spots do differently, fresher inputs, cleaner lines, better care, so you keep your dollars and your health. Stay with me, because the worst offender isn't the one you think. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great, thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. If fast food costs more and takes longer, where did the value go? Let's start with the simple test: speed, quality, price. You used to get all free in one bag. That was the deal. Now the clock stutters even with glowing menu boards and app orders firing in early. Lines crawl. Tickets bounce. You pay more, you wait more, and the food lands with less spark.
It's like a dream for us.
Specifically, the fried cheese and avocado. Owner and chef Tavo Hernandez
Just a little bit of seasoning.
learned everything he knows from his late mother.
I mean, I can remember this since I was a little kid having these things here.
So you only have one of these? Does that mean that each and every tortilla is made
It's hand pressed, one by one.
Hit that taco with a little onion, cilantro, and homemade salsa.
This is awesome.
But the Hawaiian taco would prove to put up a tough fight.
Nice and grilled, fresh pico. We make our own chipotle here too.
The real kicker: accuracy slips too, so the redo eats more time. Back of house got efficient. More pre-cooked, frozen, or vacuum-sealed parts slide into smooth labor and cut guesswork. But you taste the swap. Fries lose snap fast. Patties feel uniform, like they were made by a mold. Sauces blur into the same sweet salty gloss. It's food by template. Prices climb while the perks shrink. Meal deals get trimmed. Portion edges tuck in. Salt, sugar, and fat keep doing the heavy lift, but that trick feels stale. The bite reads staged, not fresh. Like a photo filter on a plate. You pull in for a quick lunch. The app stalls at checkout. The lane stacks. A missing item sends your bag back to the window. 10 minutes turns into 20, and the speed premium you thought you paid for just evaporates in exhaust.
Taco Bell is huge in the US, with over 7,000 restaurants across the country. It's one of the top 5 restaurant chains in the US based on sales, and a recent Harris poll also appointed it America's favorite Mexican restaurant.
I mean, I love Taco Bell. It's one of those type of restaurants that, like, it's taco.
The company says its commitment to value and innovation is what's driving its continued sales growth. But how many variations of cheap Mexican food can Taco Bell concoct?
Audits have flagged slower service and more complaints about order accuracy. People connect both dots to lower value. If the core promise is quick and correct, and you get neither, the math is simple. Add store closures in some towns and the message lands hard. When a flagship leaves a strip, locals see a brand losing its edge. The triangle snaps: cheap, fast, reliable. You rarely get more than 2. McDonald's flunked the value test by trading craft for controls. More processed inputs. Slower flow. Higher tab. The food might be consistent, but it is not compelling, and that gap is where trust leaks. Now let's move on to the chain that lost the room not just on speed, but on identity. 7 names you know, each let the floor drop a little differently. Which one stung you most? Trust breaks when the sign says one thing and the tray says another. Let's map the pain point, chain by chain. Burger King first. The brand leans on flame and swagger, but you get menu whiplash and a burger that hits the box soggy and greasy. Dining rooms look tired, lines move slow, and you start guessing which version of the store you walked into. People peel off to local burger joints with tight menus, hot grills, and staff that actually checks the bag. KFC next. Prices rise while the bucket feels light. You open it and find cold spots and a slick of oil that lingers, the tell of long holding and loose controls. When the crust turns limp and the fill looks thin, the value falls out fast. Subway built its pitch on fresh, then kept stepping on rakes. Processed meats with long labels, questions about bread, and that footlong that was not always the length promised. Cleanliness swings store to store. Freshness starts to sound like copy, not practice. Chipotle took the hit on safety. A run of outbreaks and accounts of sick workers on the line made integrity feel fragile. The food can be good, but if safety reads like a coin toss, fans wait or walk. Jimmy John's ran into Sprouts again and again. Warnings tied to that one topping turned crisp and fresh into risk on bread. Founder headlines did not help the vibe. One small add-on sank a lot of goodwill. Denny's shows how a diner can tire out. Long waits, thin staffing, cold plates, and short tempers at hours when they once shined. Regulars go to the neighborhood spot that knows their order and keeps coffee hot. Across these 7, the math repeats: higher tabs, shakier food, slower service. When all 3 drift, value collapses. So what is the exit? Follow the money to the places still passing the value test. Value is not a coupon. It is speed, care, and real ingredients working together. When one slips, you feel it. When all 3 slip, you leave. The truth is your taste buds keep score better than any app. Audit your next meal. Note the weight, the heat, the crunch, and the receipt. If this gave you something to chew on, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone. Vote with your receipt. Local spots pass the value test more often: clean lines, fresher inputs, steady service. Like and subscribe to help us keep the spotlight on the food industry's best-kept secrets. Your order sets the standard.